For this, I would be requesting Mr. Girish Goenka, CFO, Piramal Realty. Talking about Mr. Girish Goenka, CFO and Head of Business Development at Piramal Realty, boasts 20 plus years senior leadership experience, proficient in finance, strategy, team management, and compliance across reputable firms in real estate and retail sectors, holding CPA, CFA, MBA, and MCOM degree.
Hello. Hi. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Girish Goenka. Just a brief about me. Currently, I'm working with Piramal Realty. Am I audible? All right. I'm working with Piramal Realty. My past experience, I've been working, prior to this, I was with a Warburg company, Warburg and Runwal joint venture. Prior to that, I was with Godrej Properties for a few years. Prior to that, I had an experience of working with Mahindra Life Spaces, the Mahindra group arm of, real estate arm of Mahindra and Mahindra. And before that, I had an opportunity to work with Gamma India Limited. So I feel I've been lucky enough to work across reputed firms, across the big names in the country. And I thought that's why this topic of fostering ethics and all comes to me. I think this is a very, I think this session after lunch really becomes either very boring or very interesting. I feel right now, at this stage, it would be, if you all don't mind, can we make it an interactive section? The topic as is, as such, I don't need to tell anything. In fact, I'm here to learn and interact more with you and take your ideas, what exactly this would be. As a finance professional, I think ethics is the Bible or the first oath what we take when we become the finance professional. So for me, while I've captured few slides over here, I think it would be more important for me to learn and understand what other people are doing, what you all are doing. I think with kind of amazing experience in the room, I would like to gather a few thoughts and take away with me from you. Right? I've gathered some few basic things over here, and which I would request your participation in that, so that it becomes a bit interactive session. I can learn something and take it back. So I think the first basic question when you're talking about ethics is finance. What do we understand by finance? What exactly the finance is? Right? Anyone? I know it's a sleeping time kind of, but I'd request few people to just do that. I think the first things what come to mind about finance is paisa. Right? It's all about money. And I think for every company, for everything, I feel, this is my belief, that for finance is nothing but heart and brain of every organization. It is the heart, and finance is actually the brain that any organization can work on. And that's why it has to be taken up very carefully. We need to follow your heart. We need to take care of brain, and there would be various stages where you would be in a dilemma whether to follow the heart or whether to follow the brain. That's large, and we are the people, we are the custodian, we'll have to create a balance between the heart and the brain and ensure that we are taking right decisions in the growth of the company, while the compliance is taken care of, but we're also taking decisions right in the growth of the company. Right? I think what I also feel finance is nothing but it's very diverse, and it's basically an interrelation of many factors wherein we need to take a decision. So it's an interrelation between money, risk, and time. Taking right decisions at the right time, keeping the risk in mind. I think that's also is a very important role of finance what come to picture. Financial markets, I think anything and everything related to finance goes back to the financial markets, how the financial markets are moving, the companies which are listed. I think the financial markets generally give a right indicator or a kind of close to a good indicator about what the finance or how the finance is working out of the company. Right? Management of monetary funds. So monetary funds can be in the form of cash or any other forms. There are many assets which ideally or literally take shape of funds in the later stages of their life. So anything, everything which can be monetized, or which every asset which eventually will become funds is, I think, management of finance on that side. Right? This also helps in like future acquisitions, investments, and other decisions what a company would be taking at. So what is ethics in finance? Right? How is it different? Like, why do we need to be worried about ethics in finance? Finance is finance. Right? I feel ethics in finance is nothing but it is a subset of your general finance, general ethics, what you follow. What is, it's generally a set of moral standards and principles what a company, individual would be having. So whatever the finance standards you follow, whatever the moral values are there, I think that forms a subset of ethics in finance. It guides the individuals and industry entities across the industries, not only in finance industries, across every company has a guiding principles. As the companies are growing, people down the line would be delegated to take decisions. If you have some moral values, you know the guidelines what is there, it becomes easy for people to take decisions. So whatever the ethics of the companies are, I think it will help individuals to take decisions. It promotes honesty, integrity, and transparency, especially now when the people are growing global. I think it becomes very important that the same sets of values are followed across, not only in one area, one geographic location, across. I think we heard about companies having same principles. Right? The ethics in finance incorporate through what we just discussed. The ethics in finance incorporate truthfulness, integrity, honesty, justice, and fairness in all sorts of financial activities. Whether you're dealing with your vendor, whether you're dealing with your customer, or in fact your employees, it translates to every stage, every person who is involved. I think it is important that the morals and the value systems are same across every sector or every person we deal with. Financial ethics and business ethics are subsets of general ethics. If you are having some general ethics, I think it is just a subset. Whatever you follow, that would be cultivated in the financial ethics as well. Every company would be having some financial needs. So how do you primarily cultivate those needs? It's driven by your financial ethics, what models you have, what values you have. How do you ensure that your needs are being taken care of? Organizations generally have conventional morality or business ethics. Across I think we have in India or across, we have good businesses, houses who are following this, and the brand names are associated, the moral values and the ethics are associated. So it's not a matter of a day or two or a matter of a year. I think it's been practiced over a period of long years wherein the ethics are cultivated and the company is known about their moral values and the ethics in the system. It becomes really important in a financial industry because you're dealing with money. The ethics becomes really important if you want to grow, if you want to, the customers you want to win the trust of your customers, even your bankers, even your suppliers. The company is having better financial ethics would be in a better pace to take a decision or enjoy the benefits across, whether it is your customer, there would be better, it would be easy to sell the products, win their confidence. From the banker sides, what we have seen, the companies having better ethics and moral values, they get better terms and conditions, their interest rates are comparatively better. And from the supplier side also, if they know that the money is secured, it will come. The risk factor associated for your suppliers, it becomes a bit less on that side. So I think upholding ethical standards across towards will not only contribute in the immediate term, but across all the sectors, whether it is customer, whether it is vendors, it will have an impact on that side as well. What is unethical? So generally, what is not ethical is unethical, right? So few points what I've captured is, especially when we are in the finance industries, we are taking up the numbers. Generally today, what is considered as unethical is faking the numbers. We have the responsibility of making the balance sheets, and balance sheet is a reflection of the company. People take decisions based on the balance sheet. So it is, I think, the primary duty for us to reflect a true and fair view of the operations. So we cannot fake the numbers. Assets misappropriation, we are the custodian of assets. So we have to take care of the assets. If we or someone else is misappropriating the asset, I think that's unethical. there are certain information like when we handle or when we prepare the balance sheet, there are certain information which are disclosed, but there are many information which are not disclosed. So it's really, I feel that it is really ethical or unethical not to disclose some critical information. If there are certain information that needs to be disclosed, and if it is not disclosed, then it becomes unethical. Information is money, I think what I will say, that information is money. So it's really important to disclose proper information on that side. And there is no direct chain of command over here. In case someone is able to take direct benefit, like I have information on some things, and if I'm able to take the benefit of that, with that information not being available to other people, and we take the command of that, I think that is unethical from my side. Why is it important? While I am ethical, why do I need to display the same ethics in finance? I am happy that I am ethical. Okay? So as we discussed, it provides a moral code of conduct. As the company is growing, I know when I'm taking decisions, I know whether I need to take a short-term benefit or in the long interest of the company. The decision, whatever I take, I'm sure that it is there. I can have a customer whom I can cheat today, or I can just manipulate that customer and earn some few extra bucks. But is that the moral value of my company? I can make few bucks now, but will it set the same standards from the customers? So I think it is really important for a company to have some moral standards so that people down the line, people who are in the front line, even at the sales people, they know what kind of line is to be taken and what decision the company can take. When we are dealing with people, I know very well, like when I said for a negotiation, purchase negotiation and all, the price what I get from my customers, from my vendors, they are clear that whatever it is there on the table, that is the price, and I don't have to grease palms or anyone else. So I don't have to factor anything in buying or selling or anything for the purchase of the material or for the release of payment. Nothing is there. So you get the better rates from the customer side, from the vendor side. It boosts confidence in the vendors. The industry where I'm working with right now is real estate. What we believe is a customer for us will put his hard-earned money, the whole lifetime money, in buying one asset, that is a house. So if the customer or the company is not, the ethical values are not there, customer would not be that much willing to put his hard-earned money in an under-construction project, and especially in a country like India where there are numerous. Today you make an investment, it takes 5 years for a house to be delivered to you. Right? If the company is not ethical, the customer would be really not that confident of putting that money. And I think we have seen it over a period of time now. The companies across country, across sectors, across geographies, the top 5-7 companies prevailing in the market right now are those companies wherein the ethical standards and the moral values are being there. I think in the long run, the survival of the business also depends upon moral values. You're dealing with various departments. In a company, there are various departments, and every department is interconnected. So if everyone knows that this is my moral value, I don't have to cheat, I have to give the customer whatever it is there, the dealings or the decision-taking becomes very important, very fast and very quick. Everyone knows that whatever we have to do in the best interest of that company. From the workplace side, I think it also what it does is build trust among the people, among the employees, that this company is where I would like to work with. Right now, I think many people would have a lot of many offers, and it's more of us choosing the company rather than company choosing us. Right now, I think we are in that stage. So one of the important decisions for me generally when I choose a company is how the moral value of the company is. Right? It builds a confidence for me, and especially from being a finance person. As a CFO, I have to sign lot many checks, I have to sign the balance sheet, I have to sign a lot of compliance. So is my neck on the board because of the moral values or not? It really becomes important for me to work and choose a company where the moral values and ethics are flowing right from the beginning. I'm least worried about, right now in this company, I'm least worried that I need not be worried about any unethical issues cropping up tomorrow. It enhances the reputation of the company, and for me also, I'm working a company like a Piramal. It's a reputation for me that I'm working for a company like Piramal. Right? For me also, it becomes accountable. Accountability for us also increases because we know that decision is clear. Tomorrow, if I have to go to my promoter, I don't have to think twice कि क्या decision लेता मेरे को नहीं मालूम. The moral values are right clear, right on the table. okay, whatever it is there, you have to follow your ethics and take a decision accordingly, right? So it becomes easy for us to take decisions and follow that. I think retaining talent today, hopping, skipping, new companies, it's very easy. People are having many offers in our hand. To retain a talent, it really becomes important that people work in a company where ethics and moral values are cultivated right from the beginning. I think this is very common in an organization, how the moral values are there. If the communication is honest, if you reflect employees, show personal accountability, and provide adequate training, I think the moral values can be calculated and the ethics can be delivered very easily. These are general things. I think everyone would be following that. I thought, let me just capture. How do you cultivate? I need not tell. I think everyone is experts on that. But few points what I feel is there is if you lead by example, the moral values. My promoter leads from example. Whatever he does, I think at least to a large extent, we follow that. My promoter is very clear that any rupee is to be given back to the customer or to the vendor. We have to ensure that. So I think it is leading by example right from beginning. So if that is done, I think it sets the trend across at the level below. It establishes a code of conduct. When we are doing joining sessions are there, induction sessions are there, this is the first thing being taught. The trainings are conducted towards that. I think by providing proper training and in day-to-day interaction also, this can be taken care of. If there are open communication, we have seen that whistleblower policy, open communication, this will help to, we are dealing with a lot of people, so there would be different type of people coming in. If open communication is there and there are whistleblower policies, I think it would be easy to arrest in case some misdoings are happening. Reviews, update, policy, it's a dynamic world. Every day there is something new coming up, new frauds, new things happen. So if you're able to update our policies and all, it would be very important, very helpful for us to maintain ethics and so on. These are the few strategies generally what we do in a company, right? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Comprehensive presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Everything I understood except one part I wanted to understand deeper with an example maybe. One of the points you said, reward ethical behavior. And in general, in the corporate world, we do not see that. Maybe at home we see that. But if you can give one or two examples, how it's done.
Absolutely, I think a very good question. Reward is not directly your monetary reward. A person, ethical behavior, even for a person, is displayed over a period of time. The way the person is being treated, the way the promotion happens, the way it is being taken care of in the monetary terms later on. It's not like immediately the person is rewarded. There are certain policies also of rewarding the person on an immediate basis. Like we have gift vouchers or employee of the month and all. The recognition also comes into picture on that side. Yeah.
You recognize ethical behavior versus normal behavior.
You know, so for us, generally you will follow ethical behavior. But there are some places, some times when people go out of the way and demonstrate that. In our case, generally what happens is like in a customer, we promise something. We have an option, like in this, I can just tell you one example what I do is, right now we have a case where we told that customer that we'll be giving you, say, a parking extra at a certain rate. End of the day, we saw that the same kind of parking was not available, so the other customers also, we gave the similar kind of parking, a preferential parking. Then our employee came running to us that we have given this preferential parking to other customers also, but to this customer we have charged extra. Should we not compensate that customer back? That point was taken from the customer side, and the employees also recognized and given some reward, not exactly the financial reward, but some recognition was given. So you have to display, I think the people will display this kind of behavior, and we'll have to recognize that.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for a fantastic session. But I think the highlight of the session was thumbnail.